To watch the latest from India Science, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and press on the bell icon to get notifications on all the science related videos.
Hello, I am Bhagyashree and welcome to another episode of SciTech on India Science. Social distancing, double face mask, hand hygiene, vaccination. These prevention tools, no doubt, help lower your risk of contracting COVID-19. We often take ventilation for granted. Amid the pandemic, some of us worked in offices and ate in restaurants with poor ventilation, putting ourselves in harm's way. Allowing the exchange of outdoor and indoor air is essential to lowering COVID-19 spread at homes, offices, and public spaces like malls. So, why does ventilation lower your risk? What should employers do before asking their employees to return to offices? We'll tell you in our video.
A poorly ventilated space is the perfect breeding ground for the novel coronavirus. This space could be your home, school, office, restaurant, or mall. Here's how the novel coronavirus benefits out of poorly ventilated spaces. When an infected person coughs, sneezes, or talks, they release virus rich discharge, which can be large sized droplets and small sized ones called aerosols. According to the World Health Organization, droplets are 5 to 10 micrometers wide and aerosols less than 5 micrometers. Droplets fall within 2 meters from an infected person, while aerosols can travel for up to 10 meters. Though both carry virus particles, aerosols are a more significant concern because they linger in the air for extended periods. People get infected upon inhaling droplets or aerosols. Without ventilation, the air has a higher concentration of virus. Similar to how smells get diluted by ventilation, the dangerous concentration of the virus can be reduced by ensuring that outdoor air flows in. The principal scientific advisor to the Government of India said in his advisory, "You can cut down the risk of COVID-19 spread at home by keeping the windows and doors open," the advisory recommended. Exhaust fans help a great deal too. Offices should keep the doors and windows open even when the air conditioners are running. Exhaust fans can further reduce risks. Offices, malls, and auditoriums with centralized ACs should fix roof ventilators and HEPA or regular filters. HEPA stands for High Efficiency Particulate Air. In theory, it can filter out airborne particles including the novel coronavirus, which is roughly 0.125 microns in size. The filters work well when they are regularly cleaned and replaced. The COVID-19 pandemic is forcing us to rethink how we design our buildings. A group of scientists have urged governments to enforce better ventilation in public buildings. This will help avert future pandemics, they say. The COVID-19 pandemic isn't going anywhere for now. We can blunt its effects by keeping areas well ventilated, following social distancing, wearing double masks, washing hands with soap and water, and getting vaccinated.
Moving on to our next story. Well, in 2019, an Israeli spacecraft Bereshit carried a few unusual passengers to the moon. The commuters were tardigrades, which are also called water bears. They are considered the toughest animals on Earth. Unfortunately, the spacecraft crash landed on the moon, leaving many wondering if tardigrades survived the impact. What are tardigrades? Why are they called tough? And most importantly, did they survive the crash? Let's watch the video.
Tardigrades are what a hybrid between a caterpillar and a teddy bear would look like. They measure only 0.05 millimeters to 1.2 millimeters in length and can be found everywhere, from the deep oceans to the forest and mountain tops to the Antarctic. Tardigrades feast on bacteria, plants, or even other tardigrades. They have a lifespan of over 2 years. They were spotted for the first time in 1773 by a German zoologist, Johann August Ephraim Goethe. He called them little water bears. 3 years later, they were named tardigrades. As years rolled on, we realized these water bears have superpowers. In 2014, scientists observed that tardigrades bounced back to life after being held in a -4 degrees Celsius freezer for over 30 years. Come extreme heat, cold, or vacuum, these organisms survive. They withstand temperatures as low as -200 degrees Celsius or as high as 150 degrees Celsius. When conditions turn unfavorable, tardigrades avoid death by slipping into a state called tun. At this point, they shut down their metabolism, dehydrate themselves, and reduce their oxygen needs. They can stay in this form for decades, and when conditions turn favorable, they return to their former avatar. They also survived outside a Photon M3 rocket, which orbited Earth for 10 days, enduring the vacuum in space and the harsh radiation. With this, these animals join the likes of lichen and bacteria, which can also live through space conditions. In 2019, tardigrades traveling aboard the Israeli spacecraft Beresheet crash-landed on the moon. Did they survive the impact? This question has piqued the interests of many scientists, including those at the University of Kent. In an experiment, researchers from the University of Kent saw that tardigrades' superpowers have limitations. In their experiment, the researchers put these creatures into a tun state. They then placed these creatures on canisters and fired them at high speeds at sand targets. The idea was to mimic the impact speeds and shock pressure of a spacecraft during crash landing. They survived at an impact speed of up to nearly 3,000 feet per second and shock pressure of 1.14 gigapascals. But beyond that, the tardigrades dropped dead. Although the lander is thought to have crashed at a few hundred meters per second, the shock pressure its metal frame generated hitting the surface would have been well above 1.4 gigapascals, the researchers told Science. These results suggest that tardigrades aboard the spacecraft might not have survived the shock pressure upon crashing, Science reported.
Well, that's all for this episode of SciTech. You can send us your valuable feedback on the email ID flashing on your screens. Also download India Science app or visit our website www.indiascience.in for more such videos. Don't forget to follow us on social media handles as well. So before signing off, here is Fact of the Day for you.
When exposed to a lethal dose of UV radiation, a species of tardigrade, Paramacrobiotis, covers itself in protective fluorescent glowing shield. The species absorbs the radiation and then emits it as harmless blue light.